Ahsoka Season 2 just got some insane updates, and we gotta talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because from runtimes to a lower budget, to a way bigger story than Season 1, Ahsoka Season 2 just wrapped filming last week, and it only took a couple days before Rosario Dawson, who plays Ahsoka Tano, and Bryce Dallas Howard, who's directing 2 episodes of Season 2, spilled the tea. Last weekend, Rosario was at Comic-Con Scotland, and Bryce Dallas Howard was at New York Comic-Con. And both the actress and the director got us ridiculously hyped up for Ahsoka Season 2. So first, let's start with the good. Bryce Dallas Howard told us that the runtimes for this second season will be from 45 minutes to 60 minutes. That's not some groundbreaking revelation. That's on par with what the runtimes for Season 1 were, but there's always a ton of complaints from Star Wars fans when it comes to runtime. And I know it makes sense. We only get 8 episodes of this series. We want to spend as much time with these characters in the Star Wars universe as we possibly can. However, that doesn't always mean it's going to be good. An hour-and-a-half episode could be a horrible story because they try to stretch it out just to make it a longer runtime. I would way rather a 40-minute episode that's all killer, no filler, and an incredible story. So being that I'm a huge fan of Season 1, I love to see that the runtimes have not changed. But you tell me, is 45 minutes to 60 minutes enough time to spend in 8 episodes of Ahsoka Season 2, or do you want more? Or are you crazy and you want less? In other good news, Bryce Dallas Howard told us that the cinematography for Season 2 has gone through the roof. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I thought Season 1 had some incredible shots. However, Season 2 added on the cinematographer from Rogue One. Let's be honest, since Disney took over the company in 2012, Rogue One might be the most visually stunning Star Wars we've ever seen. So to have that coming over to Ahsoka Season 2 has got me pretty damn excited. Rosario Dawson also broke some good news that this second season will be even bigger than the first. And I really don't think many people comprehend what that means. The first season introduced a brand new galaxy to Star Wars. It's no longer the galaxy far, far away, it's the galaxies far, far away. And not only did Season 1 give us a brand new galaxy, but it also gave us the World Between Worlds in live action. Brand new characters like Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, bringing legacy characters from animation to live action. And somehow Season 2 is going to be bigger? How? Well, from what we know about the plot for Season 2, thanks to Dave Filoni at this year's Star Wars Celebration, we know there will be a war in our Star Wars. Grand Admiral Thrawn versus Admiral Akbar in a showdown between the heir to the Empire and the New Republic. And while that's happening in our original Star Wars galaxy, we have a whole nother story in a different galaxy about Ahsoka, Sabine, Baylan Skoll, Shin Hati, and the Mortis gods. And thanks to this picture posted by Sabine Wren actress Natasha Liu Bordizzo last week, it looks like the silhouette of Ahsoka Tano and Sabine making the exact same silhouette with their shadows as the Mortis gods do on the Jedi Temple on Lothal. So it does sound pretty difficult to one-up Season 1, but from what we know about Season 2, it has the ability to be, as Rosario Dawson says, a lot bigger.
What did he say?
And that actually brings us to the bad. Because while Rosario Dawson told us that Season 2 will be bigger, she also told us that the budget is smaller. And whenever I hear something like that, I start to see red lights and hear alarms in my head. I might need to go get that checked out, but is this the end of the world? Is this second season having a smaller budget than the first the worst thing to ever happen? Well, no, but maybe. There are a lot of logical reasons as to why the second season of a show would have a smaller budget than the first season. A lot of props and costume designs and sets have already been built in the first season that will be reutilized for Season 2. Also, the second season is rumored to be using more on-location sites rather than the 360 green screen technology called The Volume that they use so much on these Disney Plus live-action shows. So it doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world that this second season has a smaller budget than the first. However, Lucasfilm and Disney have made it very clear that Star Wars is going back to the big screen. It doesn't mean that Disney Plus will stop making live-action Star Wars content, but it's definitely going to slow down. In 2022, we had the Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, and Andor all in the same year. we may never see another year where we get 3 live-action Disney Plus shows for Star Wars. With the transition back to movies next year with The Mandalorian and Grogu, the following year with Starfighter, and all the other movies that they have lined up ready to go, we are going to have a very limited amount of time with live-action projects on Disney Plus. And if you really want to sound the alarm, right now the only live-action Star Wars project for Disney Plus is Ahsoka Season 2. After that, there's nothing. Now, granted, they could just announce the next project at any point, but as it stands right now in October of 2025, Ahsoka Season 2 is the last live-action Star Wars show announced. So is the budget for Season 2 being lower the end of the world? Maybe. You tell me in the comments below. As you guys know, I don't really like to overreact. So hopefully, if you're watching this video in the very distant future, you could be like, ha, look at Mike, he's an idiot. This second season is awesome, and there was nothing to worry about. In other sort of bad news, Bryce Dallas Howard this weekend mentioned that this second season is written sort of like an end, not anticipating a third season. Now, in my excitement for season 2, I never really thought about whether there should be a third season of Ahsoka. The Mandalorian got 3 seasons, but other than that, no other Star Wars live-action show has more than 2. And with Dave Filoni still having that announced Star Wars movie that he's going to make after Ahsoka Season 2, it seems pretty unlikely that we will get a third season of Ahsoka. But what does that mean for the character of Ahsoka? Is she going to die in this second season? Well, I don't think so. However, her purpose could be fulfilled in this second season. As Ahsoka herself mentions at the end of season 1, this is where she's supposed to be, in this different galaxy. So I believe by the end of season 2, it will be revealed that she has a way greater purpose here on Peridia, whether it's being a prison guard to Abeloth or something completely different. I think, much like the Force created Anakin to take the role of the father for the Mortis gods that we see in the Clone Wars, Ahsoka was destined for something bigger. And whatever that is going to be revealed in season 2. So good news, bad news, take it how you will. It seems highly unlikely that we will ever get an Ahsoka season 3. Now let's get to the so-called ugly, I guess, a release date for Ahsoka Season 2. Bryce Dallas Howard did give us a little bit of information about when we could be seeing this second season. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, filming has wrapped for Ahsoka Season 2 last week, and Bryce Dallas Howard confirms that post-production has begun, and she claims that it will last between 10 to 12 months. So it sounds like Ahsoka Season 2 is pretty much on the same path as Season 1. Season 1 ended filming in October and came out the following August. And it's October, and Season 2 just finished filming, so it seems logical to assume that it should come out at any point after August. But if you want my best bet, it's probably September or early October. So in less than a year from now, I think we'll be watching Ahsoka Season 2, which is crazy when you think about it because we still got Maul Shadow Lord, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and so much more before this second season even gets released. So there it is, Ahsoka Season 2 news, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And even the bad isn't that bad, because the budget being lower for season 2 makes a lot of sense, and everything else that Bryce Dallas Howard and Rosario Dawson said just gets me ridiculously excited for this second season. But tell me in the comments below, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Ahsoka Season 2? And while we wait for more on Ahsoka Season 2, The Mandalorian and Grogu just recently got its first official trailer, and I broke down the entire thing in this video right here.